Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In the news today, it's talking about how Storm Ciaran is still impacting Potter Heigham. I've lived here for many years and every year there is flooding, but I've never seen it like this, over such a vast area as it is this year. On Monday the floodwaters has still not gone down, so volunteers were pumping water from Herbert Woods into the drains at Latham's car park. All the marshes surrounding Potter Heigham are all affected. They go all the way up to Latham and beyond, the opposite side of the river to the Eel Set and up towards Hickling, down towards Latham, and Reps and Thurn on the opposite side of the river. Is just amazing, the sheer volume of water that just lies everywhere you look. Never seen anything like it. Also in the news this week is the sale of the Pleasure Boat Inn in Hickling. John Uff has sold it to the Norfolk Wildlife Trust. I never knew until this week that the Trust also owns Hickling Broads Sailing Club and the Whispering Reeds Boatyard. The pub dates back to the 1700s. In the past, I've made a video about how King Charles III stayed here at the Pleasure Boat Inn. In 1959, the royal party had planned to stay at Whiteslea Lodge, but due to flooding, they had to stay at the Pleasure Boat instead. I'll leave the link to that video at the end of this one for you. The Norfolk Wildlife Trust are going to reinstate the pub, have new visitor facilities, and operate boat trips from the Staithe. After Hickling, I moved on to Ranworth. I was going to go and have a look at their boardwalk, but it's closed today. It's such a lovely sunny day today that I had a good look around anyway and had a look at the church, went for a walk around, that sort of thing. I noticed a rather large tree that had come down in somebody's garden. I think they'll be weeks sorting that out. For a split second, I considered climbing the church tower, but no. So with Ranworth boardwalk being closed due to flooding, let's go to Brundle Church Fen and see if we can walk along that boardwalk instead. To get there, you have to go down this rather steep footpath. It's worth it though, because at the end of the boardwalk are some boats waiting for you. Then you have to cross the railway line. I've made it to the boardwalk and it's open. That's if you can see it, buried under the leaves. along the boardwalk, I was really surprised to meet other people. David and Zoe, they'd moored their boat down at the moorings and they were walking along here, so I mentioned to them that it was flooded. Here is the couple I met earlier. They're now leaving the mooring. If I had a boat, I think this would probably be me. One like this. Windows all the way round, so I can see everything. I quite like this boat, actually. I think that's probably the closest I've come to thinking, oh, that would be rather nice. It'd be on the air too. Less chance of being filmed, I think, on the air. It's wider, less boats. I went for a wander, just stood on that bridge I showed you and just waited to see if anything happened. The long-tailed tits arrived, there was a squirrel, and I actually saw my first ever water vole. I wasn't quick enough to film him, but I know his little hidey hole. I know where he is, so I think I will take some apple with me and try and entice him out. I'll keep you posted. The squirrel, though, he was just hilarious. Pretending he didn't want to be seen, and then he did. I know he was out of focus there because that twig was in the way. But now he's hiding from me. He forgets I can see his tail. Then he goes round the other side. And people say, why do I love wildlife so much. And then he realises that perhaps he will be brave and come back and say hello after all. This has to be one of my favourite places, actually. It's so quiet, peaceful. The sound of the birds is just beautiful. And at first you think, oh, there's nothing around today. But if you just stop and have a look around, there's actually quite a lot to see. I never in a million years dreamt I was going to see a waterfall. Beautiful leaves. Anyway, if you've enjoyed today's video, perhaps you'll give it a like. Feel free to share any of my videos, and if you haven't already subscribed to me, then perhaps you would consider doing so. I do have lots of videos. Well, about 5, I think, that I filmed before Storm Ciaran hit. So eventually you'll see those, and they're going to be so out of date, but I will still put them out. But for now, that's it from me. Take care, and I'll be back again soon. Bye for now.